welcome inside the Rockwall-Heath Sportscenter update. I'm Chris Curtis, joined by the captain of the broadcast for the Hawks, Steve Deere, and man, you have changed quite a bit.
I got better facial hair, I'll tell you that right now.
Steve is out for this Monday, so we're going to roll with Billy on this one. And Billy, the Heath Hawks opened their district campaign against the Poteet, a team they lost to last year by 10, and once again this year they fall short 14-3. Looks like a really big defensive struggle going on out there in Mesquite, but Rockwall-Heath 0-1 now to start the campaign. Now they've lost 2 straight. What's going on with the Hawks?
Well, it's the same thing that the Yellow Jackets were looking at. We're going to have to bring this back to Yellow Jackets.
Have to roll it back.
But anyway, you got to look at the schedule. You got to look at who you're playing sometimes, and the record can be deceiving. Obviously, Rockwall-Heath is a very good ball club, but they're playing maybe the best team in their district. They open up with that. Rockwall had the opposite end. They play the lesser teams. Well, Heath's going to open up with the better teams, and so they play Poteet. Heck, this time they play them without Malik Jefferson, who they had to play against last year. But it was a defensive struggle again, and a 7-3 ball, actually a 14-3 score at the halftime, as that Rockwall-Heath defense really came to play. But that Poteet defense did a little bit better, holding Heath only to 3 points for the whole game. Whole second half, there was no scoring. So if you're Coach Moss, I'm assuming you're just looking at this going, man, we did pretty much everything we could do, and the offense probably looked like it didn't get untracked. But you normally have McAllister getting a lot more yards, only had 41 yards rushing. But if I'm a Heath Hawk fan, not too worried. It's a pretty good ball club they played, and that defense is still out there doing well.
Expert analysis right there. We're going to head right to Coach Moss and see what went wrong this past Friday night.
I think we can play much better than what we did. And, so I think that one was very disappointing. And I told my players I'm not going to use youth as an excuse anymore. They're young, but they can play. But we've got to go out and execute. We've got to be more mentally focused, more mentally ready, prepared. We cannot afford to relax and say, hey, look, we're 2-1 or whatever, and we beat this team. But we've got to bring more attention to detail and make sure that we are executing the little things.
And next on the horizon for the Heath Hawks is the Terrell Tigers. They're coming on at 1-0 after beating North Forney 46-7. And let's talk about what Terrell brings to the table. Almost 335 yards of rushing offense, which only allowed about 20 yards of passing. This is a team that can definitely run the ball, looks like.
They can. Well, it was good to hear from Coach Moss there. I enjoyed that.
Different segue there for you.
Second favorite coach in the district, so that's kind of fun. And he lets me joke around about that, so I want to get on the Heath. I don't want the Heath fans getting mad at me. We do joke around about it. I love Coach Moss. Yes, Terrell is going to be a formidable opponent. They can really put the ball on the ground again, as the 335 yards rushing. Yep. We were looking at the numbers here real quick when they played North Forney. Their top 2 rushers, Tucker averaged 9.4 yards a carry, and then McQueen averaged 10.3 yards a carry in that game. So basically every time they gave him the ball, they got a first down. And they took care of business in the first half, had a 36-0 lead, then kind of coasted in the second half. North Forney, again, not the strongest of opponents, but they did what they had to do. And it will be an excellent ball game between Heath and Terrell. I wish I could watch it, but we'll be busy.
And of course, Terrell, Mesquite, Poteet, and Rockwall-Heath all up there, expected to be 1, 2, and 3 in the district. Let's see what Coach Moss has to say about round number 2 against one of the top 2 schools in the area.
Just knowing they're a good team, very fast, a lot of speed, very aggressive, very physical. They throw their bodies around on the defensive side. I feel like defensively we're going to be in pretty good shape. We feel like we can hold them down. Right now, offensively, we've got to get back to executing consistently from one play to the next. It's going to be another big game for us. I mean, we've starting the season off with the toughest games right here at the front. But we knew that. We've got to win these ball games, and we got to, for right now, just give ourselves a chance to get in the playoffs and make a good playoff run.
All right, thanks, Coach Moss. And once again, one more game for the Heath Hawks before they get their bye, a much-needed bye. They could be 0-2. They could be 1-1. Of course, we'll see what happens this Friday night. You can check out Steve Deere, not Billy Quinn, at www.rockwallisd.com to check out the Heath Hawks versus Terrell. Of course, any final thoughts on the Heath Hawks?
We got to hurry up. Lance and Seth said we got to hurry up. We got to go, so I have nothing to say.
All right, let's wrap it up. www.rockwallisd.com. They're excited about the name drop back there, of course. We'll see you this Friday at home at Wilkerson Sanders. Have a great week, everybody.